So unfortunately, it looks like neither one of those videos really worked that well. The first one cut off about 3 minutes prior to when I thought it did, so I must have accidentally touched the screen or something like that and ended the video and never noticed. So I will run through this one more time just to make it, I guess, official. Um, so again, if you didn't hear from before, this is a "What is in your bag" challenge, and I was challenged by Stephen Wyatt from Texas to basically show what is in my bag and what my equipment is. I guess I'm not using my actual beats or my bows for this because this is all going through my computer. So I guess I really have no reason to wear those besides to look like an idiot. So this is basically a what's in your bag. You pull everything out, show what you're working with, what your equipment is, and I will run through it again because it didn't work the first time because I don't know how to use technology. So bummer. All right. So let's go down here, and my little kitty's in the corner. Oh, hi, little Belle. Hi. Oh, and there's Luna. Come here. Come on. There you are. My little girl. Okay. So jumping in. Um, Little container for headphones. Just a standard pair of Apple headphones. You never know when you might need a pair of headphones. And Luna found a bag of chalk, so she's apparently trying to eat it. So just a little case for headphones. Some carbon fiber wipes that I got with my Q, which I guess you'll be getting to see later. So just a couple Predator Revo wipes. My BCA member, BCA PL CSI member card that you have to have if you're going to play in if you're going to play BCA PL Nationals. So, and if you're ever going to go out there, you have to have this, or they charge you a bunch to actually make it for you out there. It's kind of annoying, but yeah. Kamui tip tool. So just a scuffer, I guess, for your tip, and it's magnetized, which is kind of cute. This isn't actually mine, it's Chris Hennon's, and he just left it at the Rock literally about an hour and a half ago. So I took it, and maybe he'll get it back, who knows. This is a piece of Murakami chalk. I don't actually have any idea what this is at all. I just saw it at a bar, and I'm like, I've never heard of this chalk, so I'm going to take it and try it out and see if it's any good. And then I never actually tried it out or see if it was any good. So maybe it's the greatest chalk in the world, and maybe it just sucks. But I don't know because I've never used it. So a tip scuffing little doohickey that probably costs a nickel. Pretty used and abused, as you can see. Don't really use it very often. A fleece glove, I guess. It's like a backup. I don't know. It was in decent enough condition when I got my other glove, so I just threw it in here and figured maybe somebody would need to use it sometime. I don't know. Pool table keys. So I have 4 keys on here. 3 of them open 3 different versions of Valley pool tables. So, and then the last one is to open most diamonds. You never know when you're playing, league or something, and you snap the 8 ball on the break, and instead of paying basically another $1.50 just to get an 8 ball, you can just use the keys, and boom, got it back. So very valuable. One of these little doohickeys. I guess you never know when you're in an area of a pool hall that just doesn't have a lot of good places to put your cues while you're playing. So, this kind of latches up, and then you on the table, tighten it up, and I don't know. It's a gadget, I guess, that helps out every now and then. And when you when you need it, it's really nice to have, but don't use it very often. But it's there. And then this is my case that holds my original Mori Medium, the pre-flood Mori Mediums. These were, in my opinion, the best tips ever made. I absolutely love these tips. And I found somebody who had them, and they were supposedly pre-flood, and I paid him for all of the ones I could get. So this is the last lone survivor. The rest of them are all used up. So once I'm done with this, I'm actually going to have to branch out and try new tips, which is scary. Although I guess I'll get to that, I guess. But, and then I have the last thing in this pocket is a McDermott butt for a jump cue. I haven't used this actually in a very, very long time, and I don't even know why it's in this case because I don't know. But it hits really good. It actually does hit surprisingly well for, I don't know. I don't want to say a McDermott because that sounds very derogatory, but it hits pretty good. I just have better options, I guess. I don't know. So that is all in that pocket. So let's move on to the top one, and we'll get this out of the way. This is my BCA player card for my mother, Nancy. She passed away a couple years ago, and I inherited her pool cue case, and this was in it. So this is how I guess I carry around with her wherever I go. So always good to have a memory, right? This is the extension to my jump cue, which I will get to when I get to that. So that's here. And then some business cards for Alpha Omega Custom Cues, which is he's a younger kid about my age that builds cues out of Madison, Wisconsin, Brandon Turner, and he built actually the jump shaft that I use on my jump cue that I will get to again. I guess I never covered the case, so this is my case. It is a Gil Castillo, 3x6. I don't know, got a couple Jacoby Custom Cues, Predator, Diamond, Revo. Got a couple stickers on it. Jacoby up here again. It's got the backpack straps. And then I have a towel, of course, for Wisconsin Whammo State Championships 2018. Probably the only thing that they've given away at their state tournaments that I've even remotely been interested in. So good job for that one. The towels are nice. And then I have a cue ball on here, I guess, a little cue ball case that has a purple cue ball for the Valley Leagues that I play in. So you don't have to use those 25-pound boulders they call cue balls on vendor tables, because those things are impossible to play with, of course. And then, so let's actually get into the crux of the case. Pretty densely populated in there. So my shooting cue that I'm playing with right now, which actually isn't my cue, it is Austin Hill's, and I'm borrowing it because my cue is at Jacoby Custom Cues. I don't know anything about this cue, literally at all. I just know that it's Austin's. I don't know the brand. I don't know who makes it. I don't even know the weight. I mean, I know that it's about 2 inches longer than a standard cue, and it hits really, really well. If you're interested, if you think it's pretty, it's for sale. So if you want to reach out to Austin Hill, try and find out a price for it. Hits pretty good. So this is what I'm shooting with currently. And then the shafts for it are 2 Jacoby black carbon fiber shafts. Seemingly everybody is playing with these days. And then I have this one, whatever they come with. It's like the Kamui tan soft, I think is what they're, Kamui clear tan soft. I think that's what the tips are. So this one never been chalked, but my case is a little dirty on the inside, so I guess it kind of looks like it's almost been chalked. But, and then this is obviously the one that I use. So 2 shafts. Moving on, I guess I could go to my chalk box, my Balabushka chalk box, which conveniently holds triangle chalk, which is not Balabushka, false advertising. But this is the best chalk that I've ever used. It's dirt cheap. It's like a gross is like 25 bucks or something like that for 144 cubes. Um, it's a little bit more moist of a chalk than Master, and it sticks a little bit better. I've always really liked it. I've tried Predator, Balbushka, Kamui. Um, did I say Predator? Diamond, Blue Diamonds, Silver Cup. I've tried most of the chalks that are out there, except for Murakami, because I still haven't tried this chalk. But I've tried most of the chalks out there, and this is just this is the right chalk for me. So I just use triangle chalk. Um, my Molinari glove, nothing special. Just most of the pros are using these seemingly. So Molinari glove. Try not to use it any more than I have to, but in the summer it gets pretty sticky. So what can you do? So my break cue, I play with a Revo shaft, and that is because I have a Predator BK Rush. Again, nothing special here. Got the sports grip. A lot of the pros are playing with these days, and a lot of it's the I mean, and for the money, it's expensive, but I think it's the best break cue out on the market. I haven't hit with anything that's I like as much as this, and the break is the most important shot, so you might as well feel comfortable with it. So I use the BK Rush, and then so my jump cue, one of my jump cues, because I actually have 3 jump cues in here and 4 jump cue shafts, or 3 jump cue shafts. But this is my Dick Davis custom jump cue, which is one of a kind. This is actually only the second jump cue that he's ever made, and the other one is in his bag. So I don't know if you can see Dick Davis there, but yep, this is my Dick Davis jump cue, the butt, and then of course the extension, which is very important because that's 5 or 6 inches that this is makes a big difference. Get your mind out of the gutters. And then I have 2 shafts for this. One, which is this one, which is where the business cards came from. This was made by Brandon Turner, and I don't know the actual the details of it, but I know that he soaks this shaft in some sort of like a resin, and that resin soaks into the pores of the wood, which makes it incredibly heavy, but also incredibly dense, and uh, it just hits the balls really well. It doesn't get up from close distance just because it's so heavy, but from distance, this thing is lethal. It hits really, really, really good, and I love it. And then of course I have also the shaft that Dick Davis built for this actual jump cue. So it's I don't know, just a standard run of the mill shaft with a brass ferrule and phenolic tip. So hits good. This hits really good from close distance. Hits good from everywhere, but hits good from close distance as well. And then my last cue in here, which is another jump cue, is my original Jumping James, which I was using before I got this other jump cue, and it jumps phenomenal. It still just jumps really good. I use this when I'm trying to jump close distances, and it works really well. But just I give up a little bit of accuracy on anything over 2.5, 3 feet that I can get with these. That they're just a significant. It's just a significantly better jump cue. This is by far the easiest hitting jump cue. I basically just drop my arm and the cue does the work if you allow it to. So love this thing. It's great. Other than that, I think that's it. There's the shaft for the Jumpin' James, but it's just a shaft. So going back, you're supposed to nominate 3 people to do this, and I did this earlier, and I'm just going to delete the other live video because it unfortunately got cut off short. So I'm going to nominate my 3 people are going to be I will nominate Zach Markwart. He just opened up a pool hall in Green Bay, Wisconsin called Zach's Action Pit and Billiards Arena. I'm pretty sure that's right. I hope it's right. It's pretty close to being right. But So this will give him some good publicity for that, hopefully, and he can use this as a launching pad to get some people interested in his place, because we need to support our local pool halls or they will go away. And Green Bay knows a lot about that because they've probably lost 4 or 5 pool halls in the last probably 3 or 4 years. So people in Green Bay, support Zach, because you don't want to go without a pool hall again. So I will nominate Zach, and then I will nominate, I don't even remember who I nominated earlier now. Well, I remember Matt Kitzman. So he helps me with my podcast, and he is one of the most passionate people I've ever actually ran across in the game of pool. He loves the game like crazy. I mean, he really loves the game, which is cool to see. It's good to see that passion in the game. So I will nominate him, and then the last person I will nominate that I forgot from earlier is Rolly Williams. I will nominate you. I pronounced your name wrong twice earlier. I did a podcast with him earlier. He is known as the average pool player, and he has a bunch of Facebook videos that are out there, and I pronounced his name wrong twice earlier, and I felt like such an asshole. And now that I pronounced it wrong twice, I feel like I'm never going to get it right, because I'm just going to be constantly questioning myself on what his name is or how to pronounce his name. And I am sorry, like really sorry. I'm kind of a dick like that, I guess. So I will nominate you as well, and everybody go check out his Facebook page, and watch his videos because they're pretty cool. Well, I'll just let you see him. This is probably going long enough. So I guess thanks everybody for tuning in and for listening to the podcast, because I'm doing this on the podcast page. I guess I can give a tiny little sneak peek maybe, if anybody's interested in seeing my actual setup for the podcast. It's not too crazy, but my German flag and my Icelandic flag. I buy a flag to every country that I have been to. So I've been to, I guess, 8 different countries. So hung sporadically throughout my my home, I have flags. So this is my setup for the podcast and my office as a whole. So I got the 3 monitors, laptop. That's my work stuff. So that's actually not. But this is my monitor, and then my mixer that I run everything through. And apparently I left it on because I did an interview earlier, which hopefully should drop tonight if I ever get around to doing it. Boom speaker, microphone. Nothing crazy. My Miller Lite. Obviously, you got to have this if you're going to do some podcasting, because why not? My stand, which I actually kind of jerry-rigged up. This is a plaque that I got for winning I think this might be a state tournament that I won. And instead of hanging it on my wall proudly, I put a couple screws in it, and I now use it as a mic stand because, I don't know, it works well. Yeah, I guess it's nothing really crazy. It's just, yep, there it is. That's what makes all the magic happen. So I guess with that is enough for now. And I will get to work on doing some podcasting, because what would you rather be doing on a Thursday night? So thanks everybody, and see you later.